Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking all about how to get all the different wallet items in Stardew Valley. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. Really quick, I just want to shout out that I now have a Discord, so if you want to join, links down below. For the first wallet item, you're going to need to get the 4 Dwarf scrolls and donate them to the museum. Once you've done that, you can collect your reward from Gunther, which is the Dwarvish Translation Guide. Now you'll notice it disappeared because all wallet items don't go in your inventory, they go in this little part here, so you don't have to carry these things around. The Dwarvish Translation Guide allows you to come up to the dwarf and actually talk to him and buy stuff from him. If you don't have that, he'll be talking gibberish and you won't be able to communicate. While you were at the museum, you might have noticed that we donated a lot of items before those. That's because your next item comes after you've donated 60 items. Gunther will come to your house the next morning and he'll give you the rusty key. If you go into town next to the graveyard and Emily and Haley's house, you'll see the sewers. Because you have the rusty key, you can now go inside, and this unlocks a few different things. It unlocks this statue, which allows you to change your professions. Those are the specific skill sets you choose when you get to level 5 and level 10 of any skill. You unlock this doorway, but you can't actually go in there. We'll unlock that later. You unlock this little path, which will lead us just out into Cindersnap Forest. But most importantly of all, we unlock Krobus over here. Krobus is of course a shadow man who just sells you a bunch of random things. He'll sell you a star drop and a return scepter, which are 2 very big items. For the next item, you're going to need a battery. Now, this quest is revealed to you at some point, but you can start the quest off anytime you want by bringing a battery to the bus tunnel and then walking over here to this breaker and dropping it in. It'll give you the next step, and then that leads to several more steps until it leads you right back to your house where you can acquire the club card. From now on, if you go to the desert and go into Sandy's shop, the Oasis, you can now get past this bouncer guy. Actually, he just kind of explodes and disappears forever, so that's pretty cool. And of course, you can access the casino. I cover the casino in a lot more detail in this video right here, but essentially you can gamble, talk to Mr. Key, and you can buy a really cool statue here, and you can buy a few different things with the coins that you gambled. For this next one, you'll need secret note number 20, and it'll give you these directions. It'll also give you this icon which correlates to this pattern here in town. If you follow the directions, he will ask you for a rabbit's foot, which I happen to have, and you'll get the special charm. What this does is it permanently increases your luck, which will obviously help if you have to go to the mines. Speaking of the mines, the next one you get from level 120 of the mines. Once you get there, you open this chest, and you've got yourself the skull key. The skull key is useful for 2 things. The first is that it allows you to play Junimo Kart, and the second is that when you can finally go to the desert, you can go into the Skull Caverns. This next one you can get as early as the 1st of winter. If you walk over towards the bus stop, you'll get this cutscene where a shadowy figure, not Krobus explicitly, and I don't believe it's him for a couple reasons, but that's another thing for another day, and you'll want to come over to this bush and shake it. From there, the shadow guy will essentially just give you the magnifying glass, and that allows you to find secret notes. If you want to know more about secret notes, there's a great video right here for you. For this next one, the first thing you need to do is complete the community center. Once you've done that, you can go up into the mountain area, and you'll have a cutscene from the wizard. In this cutscene, he's telling you that he needs to get something back from his wife, who he trapped behind this rock. But unfortunately he doesn't have the dark talisman, and he asks you to go get it. From there, you can finally go into the mutant bug lair. You walk all the way to the back, and you open up this chest. And then you'll have the Dark Talisman. While the Dark Talisman is its own wallet item, its main purpose is to help you get a different wallet item. So once you put it in here, or I guess not because it stays in your wallet, I'm not really sure how that works, you can go in here and then get teleported to the Witch's Swamp. There will be a guard here. He likes void mayonnaise, which you can fish for here, or you can of course make it with a void egg and a mayonnaise machine. Once he has that, he will just kind of go into the witch's hut and is never seen again. So that's cool. Anyway, here we are. You pick up the Lost Magic Ink. And yeah, that's the next one. What this allows you to do is it allows you to go to the wizard's hut, and you'll get this nice cutscene where essentially you can now use this pedestal to build some farm buildings. You can build the Junimo hut, they'll harvest crops for you, and you can build these obelisks which will teleport you to different places like the beach or the desert, and the golden clock which will stop debris from spawning on your farm. For the next one, you're going to need secret note number 23. If you read it, you'll get this message. If you can read this, come to the secret woods, please bring my pal syrup. If you go down to Cindersnap Forest with some maple syrup, you can get that from tapping a maple tree, and you walk all the way to the left, you'll be able to get to the secret woods. A trick some people may or may not know is if you use this chair and you just position it over here, you'll be able to jump into it without having to break the log. From there, you'll meet this very kind bear who was the one who wrote you the note and wants some syrup. From then on, you get the bear's knowledge wallet item, and it increases the sell price of blackberries and salmon berries by 3 times their normal amount, which still isn't very much, but hey, at least it's something. Once you have 8 hearts with Jazz and Vincent, you can walk into Cindersnap Forest on a sunny spring day. You will have this cutscene, where they essentially teach you how to squeeze out the bugs out of onions. This increases their sell price by 5 times, but once again, this is a very not helpful thing, so it's not super important that you learn it. For the last wallet item, we need to go to Ginger Island, which you can access after completing the community center and helping Willy out. Then we need to go to this walnut room. You'll notice that you have to collect 100 walnuts. So once you've collected your 100th walnut, you can enter the room. You'll have this cutscene with Mr. Key. And then you have access to 3 things. 1, you have access to the perfection tracker. This tracks all these things, and when you reach 100%, you get something that's super cool. Then you have this machine over here, which will give you 2 different quests you can choose from, a time of how long you have to do it, and a reward of how many gems you would get for doing it. You may be wondering what those gems are for. What you can do with them is you can come over here and you can buy a ton of super awesome things. I think I'm going to cover this whole room, all the different quests and all the rewards that you can get in a future video, so subscribe to see that. But assuming you have 20 key gems, which most of the quests will let you do, you can buy the key to the town. Out of all of the wallet items that you can get, the key to the town is the most useful. For instance, right now it's 6 a.m. but I can still enter Pierre's. Whoops, cutscene. But I can still enter Pierre's. This is because the key to the town allows you to go into any building at any time. It won't let you get into people's bedrooms. You still have to have hearts with them to do that. But the point is that you can get in at any time to do whatever you want. One thing you'll notice is a couple of the shop owners will be standing at their desks, and they'll just start doing that from 6 a.m. So you can get in as early as you want. They will be there. So it could be super helpful if you just want to run to Pierre's real quick, But all in all, it can be super useful just in case you want to pick something up from the store real quick, or if you just want to go to the saloon and you want to walk over to the arcade section and play some Junimo Kart. Anyway, that's all I've got for this time. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you have a fantastic day.